All right, we are at Proto-pasta in, where are we? Not Portland, Vancouver.
Vancouver, Washington, just over the river.
Sweet. And I've been told you guys make filament.
You heard right.
Yeah, some pretty unique stuff. We are gonna make some unique filament too today. We're gonna try, let's see how far we get. But yeah, let's check out how that works.
Yeah, come on inside with us.
So walk me through the process here real quick. You make filament, you end up with a product on a spool. How do you get from what you put into it to what comes out of the extruder and goes into a spool?
Yeah, I mean, we start all the way back with the raw materials of pellets and powder.
Back here we have the big Ngeo octobins.
Yeah, I mean, you know, NatureWorks, the biggest, most reliable supplier of PLA.
It's US made materials, right?
Yeah, it's US made, and it's like great, reliable quality, and it's a, you know, foundation for where we start our work. They have a whole range of grades for many applications, even beyond 3D printing.
But you also add your own stuff to it to make it your filament, right?
We do. In some cases, that's just color or texture with fleck, metallic fleck. In other cases, it's like the cellulose and reduce the gloss. In other cases, that's a bit of elastomer to add a little bit more forgiveness. We have a compounding machine over here that will add color, helps make our composites. So we'll add metal powder, carbon fibers. We'll mix elastomers and PLA together.
So that is an extruder just like what you're using to make filament, and actually you have something that looks like filament coming out of it?
Right, we have two styles of extruders. One that's designed to make really good filament, and the other one that's designed to mix really well. The one that makes filament really good doesn't mix very well. And at first we did try to use it as a mixing device and quickly learned that that was a bad idea. But it does spit out what looks like filament, and then we chop it again into pellets.
Yeah, and that then goes into the main extruder with some...
Right, so we're basically making our own master batches, I think.
Can we grab some resin?
Sure, yeah.
Okay, so tease off and grabbing some materials for us. Let me introduce you to my plan here. So, you know, Proto-pasta makes some really nice stuff. They make carbon fiber filaments. They make some really nice sparkly stuff now. I was gonna mix it up and say, okay, let's make like the ugliest filament we can figure out today. And we went through some stuff and we might do something pretty gross. Let's see how it goes.
1 bucket of resin. Let's take a peek inside, make sure it is what we think it is.
Yeah, so this is what everything starts out with. This is what basically every filament out there is made from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally.
Sweet. And you could just straight up extrude that into filament and print with it, right?
Yeah, it would be
boring, but would it be like a good functional material?
Yeah, pretty good. I mean, this is the basis of our HTPLA version 2, but this would work pretty darn good, just as is.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. What do we add to it?
Well, we've got a bunch of master batches we should go check out. It's gonna be a little loud here. Sorry about that.
But this is where you keep all your additives, concentrates, colors, basically?
Yeah, both colors and composites. After we've combined the plastic and powder or something, we keep our master batch or concentrates over here.
And this is a very intense yellow, at least in the master batch form, but we can dilute this down.
We can, absolutely, we'll want to. I'll take the green.
A little green to it?
Yeah.
Do we want to grab a pearl with it?
I think we should go for some gold.
Gold in particles?
Well, maybe the silver. Like, if you want more of the...
Silver, yeah.
Or it's just some glitter. Yeah, let's grab a couple of them and we'll figure it out.
So, we got pearls, we got ice color additives, gold pearls. So that's just all the different ways a material can look, right? It's not just, it doesn't just have to be the flat color. It can have a three-dimensional look to it, right?
Yeah.
That's what these do. All right. We're not going to be using all of these, but we will be using some of this stuff that he brought out here. If you've got some metallic powders, literally just like car paint powders that he'd add in for metallic effects.
Yeah, I mean, they're pearls. You can add them to automotive paint. You know, it's an artist's supply.
We have 4 containers. We have 2 scales, so we're going to use the big scale for our concentrates and our master batches.
Yeah.
And then the small one is for the powders, right?
Yeah, we want to delicately not add too much of that.
That looks very sciencey.
So I think we should go for like a 1,000-gram batch total. That seems to work really nice. And it's easy for the math, right? So if you want to do 5% of something, then you just do 50 grams. So let's start with the colors. And we'll tear this, make it 0. Here, I'll grab something to write down what we're doing. So we remember.
Remember, kids, the only difference between science and messing around is writing it down.
I've heard that.
All right, I don't think I'm just gonna.
Oh wait,
pour this in. No.
Yeah, we'll do this after. This is not the color.
Right. Okay. Right. You mentioned that. Feels so good.
Does it have a scent?
A little bit.
Like fresh paint. Right, yellow concentrate. I'm always surprised by how intense these colors are and how rich they come out, and then you dilute them down into something that is maybe a bit more pleasing.
Yeah, they're super concentrated. I mean, again, this is just like 2.5% yellow.
They just shovel it in by hand?
Sure.
Right.
And like sprinkle it, you know.
Right, 40. There we go. 50 grams exactly. That is so nice. Let's go with a pretty heavy load, so I guess 20% or so.
Sure.
All right. Tear this to 200 grams.
200 grams.
It's gonna be quite a lot. Now, of course, I can't really dump it back out if I do too much.
Well, yeah, exactly.
Gonna get some weird color shifts then.
Definitely don't want to like get the
Kind of mixed up.
Well, it takes us 1 pellet, and oh man, what a headache.
All right, 200 grams of silver.
And we need some green, yeah?
I do want, so green we have 2 options. We have the pearl or we have the master batch. And I think I want to go with the pearl.
Okay, so let's add that after we've filled this all the way up with our like virgin resin too.
Oops. I guess that's. Sorry. 750.
Hey.
Perfect. So this gets mixed up?
Yeah, we should first mix this. Should take notes. Keeping it scientific. Yeah, static. So that is the major downside of using the plastic as a container over metal. So when we're manufacturing, we don't use these, but they're pretty convenient.
So we measure our metallic pearl on the smaller scale and then dump that in?
Exactly.
Right.
We can always add more. You can shake that in first and then see how it looks. I mean, you're not gonna.
It's gonna be hard to tell.
But see how see how the saturation of the particle surface looks.
All right, let's start with 2 grams first. Color explosion. Is this healthy to breathe?
I don't know. I wouldn't choose to do it in production.
That gets quite the coating on there,
right?
I think that's good actually. I honestly have no clue what I'm doing, so let's try and get this extruded.
Yeah, it's nice to have a data point. Take it out to the shop floor.
Yeah.
Can't wait to see what it looks like, because you can't tell. You don't know what you're gonna get. We have line 3 here reserved for us.
Right. 3 lines, each of them talk.
They do. I'm not sure how the different voice for each line strategy is going to work as we continue to add more. I feel like we're gonna need a light or something to say, hey, this is the one that's talking.
That's the extruder back there actually, but all the control happens up here.
Correct.
At the spooling stage.
You got it.
So you just need 1 person to run the entire line?
Yeah, actually 1 person can run a couple lines. It looks like we might need to clean up the line a bit too.
Oh yeah.
So, okay, fair enough.
Which one do I get?
The green button.
The green button?
Yeah. Ooh. I like that feeling.
Yeah. Something clicks in there.
Right.
Springs to life.
That's nice positive feedback.
Nice. Yeah. So
I'm curious what's in here. Okay, it's been purged. Great.
nice. All clean. All good.
It's clean.
So I guess what I'm still impressed by is that all these machines are completely custom developed. You engineered, or you guys engineered these, you guys built them yourself. This is not something
Right.
you'd buy. I mean, of course, like motors and stuff you buy off the shelf. Because
Yeah,
there's no
sure.
point in making them, but
Right.
the entire, even the feed screw, some people were asking about that on Twitter. You guys are machining that, or having that machine for you specifically, right?
Yeah, actually, if you go back to the first Kickstarter, that was like a core of our like in-house activity development, to cut our own screw profile, to put it in the barrel and make filament.
Yeah, and I'm still impressed by how small this is. Like, this would fit on a shipping pallet, right?
It would. It's got the nice form. It's just the right size.
Yeah.
If we ever wanted to do such things.
Yeah.
We need to go back to the
heat it back
control
there,
panel
okay.
to turn on the heat. So it looks like we were running copper last, and in fact we might want to change the die depending on what diameter you want. Looks like it might have a 285
Right.
die in there. So we're going to change the config profile here, and there we go. It's going to automatically have some temperatures.
But this is all again,
Also
custom made,
homebrewed,
like,
yeah,
that's
yeah,
not-
all custom.
I don't even know who'd make such a software.
It's actively tracking and actually making small corrections to the diameter. And we have our targets for the diameter.
So you've got the active diameter feedback. So it, if it senses the filament is too large, it's gonna pull faster. I guess that's how it controls it.
We're probably far enough along here with these other heaters that we can start to bring up the spot that we don't want to get too warm too quick.
Do we need to
in the
change
throat.
out the die though?
Oh, right.
that
So
something-
do we want to do 175?
I guess so. Yeah.
Okay, getting this now.
All right. So obviously that's all quite warm. We're gonna get
Yeah.
some gloves.
Wanna touch that?
And swap that out. Let's see here. We'll loosen this guy up. This is the latest version of our heater block for the die. Little incremental things to make our lives easier. It's I don't know. It's what making's all about.
But essentially, this is just a big hot end, right?
Yeah,
Just a very long melt zone and
exactly.
a relatively large nozzle up top.
Don't have to over torque that. Seems about right. So we can plug it back in and turn it back on, bring the heating back on, give it another couple minutes, and when these are looking near the set point, we'll bring zone 1 on. Our next step is going to be starting to bring the screw on, starting at a low speed. So yeah, you can't just go full speed ahead. So we should probably see if we have some, this looks like we have some spools on hand. Typically when I'm doing dev colors, I just go right for the 1K spools. Are you using the 1Ks today? Nope. Just take like a stack.
Yeah, we're not gonna make that much.
We can probably start to move the screw just a little bit here. This can be a little bit below the set point, but these are looking pretty good. Let's wipe off the tray.
It's almost like a translucent green that that was in there. Interesting.
It's the acetone. Oh,
Yeah.
check it out. Yeah. So you see we're developing some pressure a little faster. We're probably actually getting low on the pellets that are in there. Oh, a little bit. It looks like copper was last, so. Thanks.
Guess that's the remnant of the old stuff then.
Yes. Please watch, like as you're ducking down, even though you have glasses on, if it gets dry at all, it starts popping and like, yeah.
Okay.
We just turn up the speed a little bit more.
What?
Now we're cruising. String the plastic.
Hopper almost empty. Hopper almost empty.
Everything plotted out, diameter, pressure, temperatures.
Yes.
All
And we're
on one
looking.
convenient graph.
Reset. Reset.
And just start to wind a bit of this just to get it going. It's basically stable that we can add our color whenever you're ready.
All right, let's do that.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, it's getting low, so we just dumped
Yeah.
our fantastically, what are we gonna call this? Fantastically fudgy?
Let's see what it looks like, and then feel the inspiration. Can't wait to see what it looks like.
How long is it gonna take to actually come out?
This probably, I don't know, 150 grams between there and here.
All right.
And yeah, just like a minute, 2 minutes. Maybe we should watch and see it change color.
Is that gonna be a throwaway spool or something that you can actually use?
I mean, you can print with it, it's good diameter. We can either like clip and just start fresh as your color's coming out, or just let your color go on top of this.
Oh, there it goes.
Oh, here you go.
Reset.
That's actually pretty nice.
Yeah, I know, right? Is that like Lulzbot green almost?
The copper color?
Is that a green or a yellow? It's like the.
I'm gonna call it green. Hey, you can't really see the sparkle as it's whizzing by.
There you go.
I've never made anything like that. Yeah, what do you think? I mean, it's your color you're going after.
It's actually kind of nice. It's actually it's like a natural leafy green. Maybe the sparkles are kind of throwing it off. Yeah, I was expecting it to be a bit more yellowy. It is almost. I guess, yeah, it is pretty opaque though.
So we want to have a strategy here as we're running out of the color. We'll probably just want to get some natural pellets in there again.
I think we should make, well, maybe not another revision of this. This is unique enough.
Okay.
Maybe let's actually try and make something nice.
Okay. I mean, how often do you have like a little filament factory at your fingertips?
Exactly. That actually
Like-
makes printable filaments.
Right.
Okay, let's put this behind us. Fresh start, I guess.
Okay. Yeah. Start over.
Yeah.
New.
So we settled on a burnt orange kind of thing, which can be touchy, right? You have the orange base color, you have the gold sparkle on top of it.
Yeah.
You brought some, where is it? This is the red?
It's red.
You brought some of that out. So this is, it's always hard to judge how much color is in here, and how much you're gonna need. So you suggested what, 5%?
5%. Yeah. I looked back based on some other recipes. Start with 5.
This is the good stuff.
Yeah.
I feel like I just want to eat that for some reason.
Or it's like swim in it.
Yeah. All right. How much is this?
15%.
15%. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, did 16. That actually was 6%. We'll go with it.
Yeah, it's going to be very similar to this. I mean, it may be a slightly different particle size, but yeah, and it's already concentrated in the master batch.
Do we need to put anything in here to make it opaque, or do we want it opaque?
I don't think you do. I think you want to let as much light and depth into that gold fleck as you can.
I'm sorry.
You gotta work on your aim.
Yeah. Okay, 790.
Awesome.
Where did we put the lid? There we go. I'm just gonna hand the show off to the shaker. All right, perfect. Very
Clearly.
much shook. Thank you. Okay, ready to extrude?
Yeah, sure.
You got the filament slug there?
It's a fish.
I'll hold it.
Is it?
It is a little floppy. Yeah.
Nice.
All right, we're already back stable. You can add whenever you're ready.
Oh yeah, we can dump it in. We're starting with the burnt orange. I think this does not look like the final product. Like if you know what you're doing, you might see it, but
Yeah, it's very deceiving, which is why it's helpful to have, you know, some recipe database to and experience to draw on.
all right. It's gonna take a while. Yeah. Oh, here it comes.
Here, let's catch the transition on this.
Holy wow, that is some orange.
Reset.
Wow. We got some pinks in there.
Yeah, before it really builds up the loading on the gold flake.
That is
Tangerine Dream.
yeah.
That
That is.
That looks great.
You see the sheen already. Like it's.
Yeah. The way the gold grabs the light.
Pretty much exactly what we were going for. Working with the master. I mean.
All right, so release it next week.
It is still probably maybe just a little bit more red than we need.
A bit. I think the earlier Lotus colors were a bit darker.
But the red amount that I sort of like seemed like I might want was more like 2 or 3%. But I was like, let's just go 5. I don't know. Maybe this is great.
Maybe throw in a bit more gold.
Then that cuts down the depth.
Okay, so this is actively winding it back and forth. I mean, it's not the tightest wind, but
No, because actually, if you try to do a perfectly tight wind and you like become off by just one strand, that remainder
Right.
like the error carries way over and screws everything up. So it's better to go faster.
right.
Let's see where we're at.
Reset.
Yeah, it's quite translucent still. You know, we might even be able to put in 200 grams of gold and reduce the amount of. Oh well, that's not actually a good representation. That's already transitioning.
Right, it's with the new stuff.
That is. I do like that aesthetic.
Yeah, it's got a tiny bit of gold
Texture.
particles.
Yeah,
I guess
they're big enough that there's a texture, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
But it's mostly if you look at it from a distance, it's that sheen, it's that reflection. How are you liking it?
Oh, I think it looks good. What I like about it
Would you put it on your car?
Yes, I would. Look at that. It's still warm, too.
Yeah.
What I like is the color is different depending on how the light is reflecting
Right.
off of it. And so you get this highlight of this lighter orange. You get a little bit of the sparkle. It's a really interesting look. It's almost like you're looking into the filament. And then as the light trails off, you get this transition to a darker orange, a really deep orange. Just like something is sleeping here and then the light wakes it up. Yeah. That's a really cool color.
Just what we were going for.
Alright, so I think we did end up making some pretty awesome looking filament while I was over at Proto-pasta. Now, this filament is not yet set to be released, but if you would like to be able to print with it someday, definitely let me and Proto-pasta know in the comments below this video. And if you want to see how the burnt orange Proto-pasta metallic filament looks like once it's printed, check out Joel's video right up here where we make a coaster together using some CNC techniques and 3D printing combined into one. So I've got one more video coming up with Proto-pasta where we answer some of your questions from Twitter, so definitely stay tuned for that. And yeah, I hope you learned something in this one. If you did, give it a like, get subscribed, and I will see you in the next one.